Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. All right, guys, welcome back. Today is day 5, right? Yeah, this is crazy. Day 5 of 28 of my money education challenge here on YouTube. And basically just came from me wanting to give you guys 28 days worth of thoughts, ideas, strategies, feedback, whatever, right? Specifically around money, life transitions, like if you're dealing with any change in your life right now, anxiety, any type of mental health around those things, right? Around money and transitions, but specifically from the perspective of a therapist. Now, again, disclaimer, I'm not your therapist, okay? And I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a financial expert, none of that. But I am a therapist who worked in this field of behavioral health, mental health, addictions for almost 20 years. And I've worked with plenty of clients around these topics, and myself personally experienced these things so many times, and currently going through a major life transition right now. So today's topic is the hidden cost of playing it safe. And I think this is perfect for today. Just a little bit about me right now in terms of playing it safe or not playing it safe. As you guys know that, or if you've been following my journey for a little bit, I am actually leaving my job. But not only am I leaving my job, I am leaving corporate America, W-2 jobs, whatever you want to call it, for good, right? I'm officially, finally, fully branching into self-employment, entrepreneurship, and specifically for me, I am in private practice, and I have my own production company as well. So I have different things that I do, but I am doing it all on my own. Well, obviously I'll be building teams, but you know what I mean, like self-sufficient, okay, over here, right? Not leaning on a job anymore. So I'm currently in my 3 days. I'm in the last 3 weeks of my resignation period. So it's getting real. It's getting real. So check that out on the other series and videos, the most recent videos, to learn more about that experience. But anyway, how does that tie into today's video? There are a lot of feelings that go into making any type of major life transition or change, specifically when it impacts your money, right? Let's be for real. What we've been talking about over the last few days is how our money is tied to our sense of safety and self-worth. And so if you're not making money, or something in your life is affecting your money or impacting your money, or even could potentially impact your money, it's going to stir and trigger a lot of anxiety and even possibly depression, depending on, what's going on. And so, most of us want to play it safe. Like, it's just a natural inclination to be safe, to keep ourselves safe. Our minds are literally focused on maintaining our safety. So I want to talk about what some of these things might look like, right? So if we're playing it safe, that pretty much means we're probably not taking any risk. We're not stepping out on faith, as we call it here in the South, right? Or maybe everywhere, I don't know. But we're playing it safe. So what are some ideas of how that might look? Maybe we are not necessarily investing, whatever that looks like for you. Whether that's you're buying a home or investing in real estate, or maybe you're not investing in stocks to build your wealth because you're like, that stock market stuff ain't for me. I'm not messing up my money. That's what I grew up around, those type of thoughts and comments. Maybe it's when you get a job or a job offer, you don't even try to negotiate the offer because you're too scared they're going to renege on you. Because if you're like me, I used to watch TikTok videos all the time, and I heard all the horror stories. So maybe you just don't even negotiate, when you get an offer. Or maybe when it's time for that annual raise. Anyway, girl, what's 5%? 5% going to do? And that's top. That's the top. It's like 0 to 5. What's that going to do against inflation? Please. Anyway, maybe you're not willing to be like, I wonder if we can look at this again and see if there's any more room for more increase here, right? Maybe you're too scared to ask for more, essentially, when it comes to your money at work. Maybe if you're self-employed, you're too scared to raise your rates. Like, maybe you're too scared that people are gonna be like, girl, I ain't paying you that much. What you? Well, who are you? I'll tell y'all right now, if you're watching this video, my private practice rates right now is $325 a session. And you know, I had to do some mindset work around that price, and I'm actually in a group right now where we focus strictly on that, because we are premium paid, self-paid therapists. But guess what, y'all? If you want somebody who's just, you know, just a everyday, maybe a new grad, intern, whatever, go ahead, join the platforms, pick you out one, whatever. But when it comes to somebody, I'm not saying they're less than, I'm not saying that. Let me just make sure I'm very clear on that. But if you want someone who's going to be really focused on you and your treatment plan, what you're coming to therapy for, they're not burnt out and exhausted and overwhelmed and haven't had a vacation in 20 years, right? I'm talking from experience, y'all. Then you're probably going to pay more. Those counselors or therapists are pretty much going to be private practice. They have worked through their stuff. They know their worth and their value. They know what they're bringing. They know what they're going to give you, okay? And so you want somebody who is going to be dedicated to a small group of clients versus they're seeing 25, 30 clients a week. You might be patient number 6 that day. So their brain is barely working. I'm just saying. So for me, I know the value that I bring, you know, whether it's therapy, whether it's coaching. And so I can command that rate, and it's no deal. It's no issue for me. Now, also, it's more exclusivity. Let's be for real. I'm working with high achieving women, entrepreneurs, leaders. You know, these are top notch women, and they know that the stuff they're bringing, they need someone who can be able to handle that. So this ain't for everybody. I'm not for everybody, and I can handle that. I'm okay with that, right? But I want you to ask yourself, do you have a business, and are you lowballing yourself? Do you offer so much value, but you're only commanding this little bit of pay or fee or rate or money, whatever you call it? All right. Let's shift it a little bit. So another way that hitting that basically playing it safe is costing you is the opportunity cost, right? Like, when you don't step out and do something on your own or whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're missing out on opportunities. You're missing out on so much more. Not just financially, y'all, but literally, if you think about it, the person that you could become or that you're supposed to become, right? Most of the time, when you step out and you go to another level, it's going to require a different version of you. And guess what? When you don't do that, you never become that person, or it just takes you so much longer when you could have just been like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to step out. What's the worst that can happen? And y'all know how I feel about that, right? What's the worst that could happen? I mean, really. Somebody laugh at me on Facebook? Girl, bye. Anyway, also, of course, like, you could just stagnate your career. Like I said, if you're still working a job or whatever, or just your business, you could stagnate your business by not being willing to take those necessary risks. So I want you guys in the comments to think about a time where you've played it safe. I've already given you guys my example, which is currently where I'm at right now in life. Stepping out on faith, leaving these jobs behind, building my own private practice, my own coaching practice, leveling up my production company, writing my second book, all this good stuff. That's where I'm stepping out on faith, right? Because I have an autoimmune disease that requires me to take medication weekly. And I could hide behind that. I could be afraid just because of that. But I said no. So I want to know what's keeping you in this space of playing it safe? And what are you excited about pursuing in this year, right? We're just getting started, baby, in this year, 2026, or whenever you watch this video. I'm not going to tell you not to be afraid, because that's just a natural response to doing anything new. But what I will tell you is that it is possible. Whatever you believe is possible. You might fail, but guess what? You're going to be learning so much along the way, and you can get back up and do it again. But do it differently and better this time. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. Hope you like it. If you do, go back and watch the first 4 videos. Comment on this video, like this video, subscribe. And make sure you check out day 6 of 28, because we're going to go into why quitting your job feels dangerous. Something like that. Okay. All right, guys. I love you so much. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, check out the description link in the bio. All right. See you soon. Bye.